58% of economists think that they can learn nothing from any field outside of economics.
You have to have real confidence that you've got the truth.
When we get it wrong, people's lives are affected.
The claims of what they know are exaggerated.
Economics is a really important and robust discipline that if we had a little humility and a little less hubris, we can improve the field dramatically.
Economics can learn a lot if it broadened its perspective so that economists drew on disciplines other than economics itself. You make better predictions if you realize that culture matters.
If we understood the politics and we understood the history and we understood the differences in religion, if we read the literature, for example, then maybe we could have insight into how people are going to respond differentially.
Economists have had this idea that they have a hard science modeled on Newtonian physics, and just as physicists don't need to read novels, so we economists don't need to read novels.
If you're trying to invest in a certain country or if you're trying to live in a certain country, I think that nothing provides insight into why one country's people are different than others better than their literature. When you're reading a great novel, you become someone else. Your gender is different, your sexuality is different, your socioeconomic status is different, your worldview of what's right and wrong is different. And I think when you read one of those books, all of a sudden you're transported in a way that nothing else can do for you.
Everyone was quite surprised when sanctions were placed on Russia for its activities in Crimea. The idea being, of course, that if you lower people's economic well-being, they will back off. But in fact, what President Putin did was he doubled. You put sanctions on us, we're going to put even more sanctions. You're going to restrict imports, we'll restrict them even more. If you read a lot of Russian literature, you would see that that sense of national spirit does make perfect sense.
There was a famous World Bank memo. It was about moving toxic waste to Central Africa. And the argument is not all that outrageous if you just think about the economics of it.
One commentator put out, it made perfect economic sense, and yet it was absolutely insane. It's the sort of insanity you get when you think only in terms of your own discipline.
It's not to say that economics isn't a wonderful field. It is, but it could be much better if it were less insular.
Take into account ideas of justice and ethics that really are pertinent, but which economics by itself is not equipped to handle.